Hey guys, here's a little throwback video for you. I think this is going to be really cool to show you. I uploaded this back on my Nick Wright Live channel a year or two ago, but it only has like 6,000 views on it, so it's obvious a lot of you have not yet seen it. Basically, back in 2012, before I moved down to Virginia, I made the decision to quit my job. I had a good steady job, salary, benefits, and all that. I made the decision to quit it and move down away from Rhode Island, away from my family, to Virginia to live with my cousin and take on NWB full time. So it was a huge risk and a huge decision. It was basically do or die. Before I moved, I took one last trip through my hometown, Warwick, the city of Warwick, Rhode Island, and I documented all the places where I grew up, where I worked, basically all my nostalgic places. And I had never had the intention of uploading it. It was really just for me, for memories. But one day I decided to edit it up into an actual video and upload it to YouTube. And keep in mind, guys, I edited this for fun, thinking I was never going to upload it. Some parts are cringeworthy, but it's definitely a personal video, and it represents the time of my life where I was really starting to chase my dreams officially and ascend to reaching my dreams. I still don't think I've made it, but I'm one step closer every single day, and I couldn't be happier with that. So have confidence in your dreams, guys. What you think is what you manifest. And I hope you enjoy this.
Yeah. My entire back is completely jam-packed with bedspreads, pillows, dish sets, you name it, toasters, everything we need for this apartment down in VA. So we're ready to go. I'm gonna drop off these shirts over here at the post office right in Exeter, and we're gonna head on up to Warwick, my own home city. I only have a few days left in Rhode Island, like I said, so figured I'd kind of take a trip just around the old neighborhood, the city I grew up in, Warwick, Rhode Island, and then just some of the old places I used to work when I would sit dreaming, desperately dreaming every day about being in this kind of a position where I didn't need to be at that 9-to-5 job, where I didn't need to be, killing myself in the sun or like breaking my back or anything like that, and just really taking everything to the next level I wanted it to get to, my passion basically. And it's here now, and it's crazy. So just to kind of really appreciate it all, and just kind of see the state for one last time before I leave. House right there, my old the neighborhood I had to be at every morning at 7 a.m., which isn't that early at all, but it was just like 7 a.m. represented the hour I had to be here by. It was like a half an hour drive from my house, and that kicked off the construction work day. So banging you, we drive by it one more time for you guys. But it was like right in the heart of everything. It was like right off of a main road. This little parking lot would be the place to like pull over and chill for a second, down a coffee before I made the commitment of stopping at my boss's house right up the street. I love my boss, honestly, and I love working for Real Handy. It was an awesome job. But it was that labor, like that grunt work kind of labor that I didn't want to be doing, just because my head was always up in the clouds. Like I always dreamed of being on camera, like all the mainstream, big time, big lights, big screen, NWB stuff, But a lot of times I set the day off at his house and I'd walk down this street here. Man, and I'd be daydreaming about when I finally made it out of here and made it big. I'd always cut through that corner where the gate ended and the bush begins, and I'd hit the Hess gas station on the block where I worked, and I'd buy a 5-hour energy shot literally every day. Man, I literally sponsored this place when it came to 5-hour energy shots. I mean, you got to remember, I was working this job from early high school on to when I graduated high school and everybody was pursuing college, and I just had my dreams of making it big, and I wasn't sure where the hell I was going. So every morning I'd stop by that Hess gas station, or you bang a right, go 100 feet down the road, past a Subway and a supply shop that I go to for my job. You pass the Enterprise rent-a-car that did a lot of landscaping and masonry work at. You bang a left at the lights, and you could go to the Shell, the Elmwood Avenue Shell gas station instead. And this was like the hot spot. This is where everybody took their cars and got the car washes at. This is where everybody got their caffeine fix because there was a Dunkin' Donuts right inside of it. I always pulled up here in a Civic or some used car I bought as a teenager, and always in a rush because obviously I was on my way to work or on lunch break. So I always daydreamed while I was here that one day I could just pull up here in like a nice Bentley or something just to get a coffee, strolling through my city on my own time just for the hell of it. Big dreams for one day. So I just refilled at the spot where I always got coffee, gas, or car wash. Now, coming out of here, you can either go left to the main spot I used to spend my Friday work days at, which I'll show you guys in a second, or you can take a right like we just did, heading towards the Cranston direction, but it's still in Warwick, and go towards my old church that I also used to mow the lawn for while working for Real Handy. Better believe I couldn't stand that job. Who likes like hauling push mowers around? I don't know. This part of Warwick is called Norwood. Not a bad neighborhood. It's kind of like I guess like a mixed breed kind of neighborhood. Really nice areas, and then you got kind of like it's a colorful neighborhood to say the least. Real Handy contracted me to do the lawn here at Norwood Baptist Church, even if it was the day before a photo shoot. But I also led a youth group here right up until I left Rhode Island and attended it as a kid. One part I do not miss about this job at all is having to walk down this neighborhood to the pastor's house, upload his push mower onto our truck at the end of a long day already, do the church's lawn, and then return it back to his house because ours broke temporarily. Hot, sunny ass days. What's crazy is I just drove by like a group of girls running on the side of the road as I was pulling in here, and I just remember the feeling I used to get whenever I'd do that back when I was actually working here. I would have because I'd be coming here with like wearing ratty clothes with like the string trimmer, tank of gas, mixed gas, all that good stuff, busting out the lawnmower, and like I remember being so embarrassed, like I feel so ashamed, like I would try to like pretend like I was doing volunteer work or something, and that it wasn't my job. There's nothing wrong with doing landscaping at all. There's not anything wrong with it. It wasn't that I was embarrassed about. I had it in my head. I beat myself up a lot in my own head, and I had it in my head that because I didn't go to college or out of high school, because I did have this plan with NWB, I had it in my head that everyone just judged me all the time. Like, oh, you didn't go to college, you failed, you're a bum, what are you doing, you're not doing anything. And then I feel like, even though the people I passed here didn't know me at all, like it was all in my own head, I'd feel like, oh, like they see me, I didn't go to college, now they see me, 2 years out of high school, sitting here mowing lawn and trimming bushes and changing the trashes and vacuuming at a local church. Like, that's what Nick's doing. So like I get all like embarrassed, and like, cause in my own head, like at the same time, simultaneously, like when I got my first magazine cover, I was working here. When I got sponsored for the first time, I was working here. When I was traveling doing photo shoots, I was still working here. Like, I started my NWB career while working here simultaneously. Like, I had that day job for a while. So it's like I knew what kind of big things I was doing and what kind of big things I was aiming at. So I think that made it even worse. Like, I'd be here and I'd have that whole idea in my head, and then I'd be like, well, that's not what I'm really doing. If you guys can only see what I'm really doing on the side, it's funny. But being back here, like, definitely don't miss it. Beautiful church, Asbury United Methodist Church in Warwick, Rhode Island. It's a beautiful, beautiful church. It's a nice neighborhood too. I just don't miss cleaning up after and being the janitor and the landscaper of it. Every Friday I'd be out here. Although it got me nice and tan. What took me a couple years to realize is right up the street from that church was the St. Peter's Elementary private school I attended at 6 years old for 1 year in first grade. Gangsta. Alright, so we're going to cut up from the north end of Warwick down to the heart of it, which is like the downtown area, T.F. Green Airport. If any of you ever fly into Rhode Island, you're going to fly into T.F. Green Airport. That's the one and only major airport. And that's actually right in the heart of Warwick. it's gonna say Providence, PVD. You're not in Providence, you're in Warwick, Rhode Island. And then we're gonna cut through that, and then I'm gonna bring you down to the bottom of the map, Southside Warwick, and basically Warwick's gutter. I'm actually gonna bang a right and cut out of the downtown airport area due to traffic, cut up through Jefferson Boulevard, which runs parallel with the airport. It's actually like the business district of Warwick. It has some nice areas in it, and it has some more like industrial looking areas to it. But it cuts right down through the south side, comes out in Apponaug, and you can cut into Oakland Beach from there. South Warwick now, but Oakland Beach like cuts into its own peninsula that hangs even lower than southern Warwick. So we're in like the Apponaug area right now. In fact, a little bit up ahead here, it cuts into a real nice area where that movie Joe Black was filmed. That big mansion that was right down here. Not in this section, believe me, but it's like its own gated off section several miles up ahead in here. This is like the town area.
Never have to